So we're back. The heavily requested SW, Sean Witherspoons or Weatherspoons. Um, these were pretty much talked about since the day that they were released, and since their UA's been trying to perfect them. I gotta grab the pair from a good friend, Jack, and let's say it's time to do an official review. This one right here is a retail pair that I snagged from Stadium Goods in New York City, and this pair right here is from Jack that I got for grab somebody for 8. It's an 8.5. So with that being said, we're doing a legit retail versus UA. Only thing I might leave out is some of the accessories, because in the Stadium Good pickup, it only had an extra set of laces, and through the time of vacations and being sick and all that, I misplaced the pair of laces, which is not really a big deal. I wear all of the stuff that I get, so it's not really anything that I'm too concerned about. But ideally, you guys are really concerned about the quality and how Jack's pair is compares to retail. Like, I do all my retail versus UA comparisons. I take one shoe and bring it to the other, just so we don't have 4 shoes bouncing around and trying to have everything in the screen. Or at the end of the day, whatever you see reflects on the left or the right shoe, it's going to reflect on the other shoe. So with that being said, that's the reason why I take a pair away, just so we can focus on one item and not having too much going on. But off the rip, I'm gonna turn these bitches around, or these bad boys around, however you want to do it. Yes, I'm inappropriate and not using the correct words, but we're gonna go right off the jump. The thing that I noticed was not say a dead giveaway, because again, any of these things that are on your foot, or unless you have another one in hand, these are things that you're not probably going to pay attention to unless you're quick on the Googles. This one right here is retail. We're looking at the retail on the left, and we're looking at the UA on the right. So from here, we're looking at how the sole lining is matches. Like, this is going more up, almost like a smiley face, where this is just straight across. So Jack's version is a bit off, but as my famous speeches I say, it's not anything that's throwing me away, because at the end of the day, I'm more on the act of the overall quality of the sneaker. And those are small minor things, but nothing that if somebody has in your face, you're going to be able to notice. So from there, we're going to the pull tag. If you look at this pull tag, the pull tag is a bit different. The stitching on the UA version is more defined, and if you look at the UA version, the retail version is more hint, so you can't really see it as much. So the retail is I guess it depends on how you look at it, but overall it's a difference. It's a slight difference. And then when you're looking at the VA/LA, the VA and LA is more defined on the UA again. From here, we're gonna just mosey our way and turn the shoe around and do all that stuff, and we're gonna go towards the front. Just looking at it, from an eye-to-eye view, the corduroy on the UA is more defined. Like, it's more like you could notice it more, at least in person. I don't know how it shows up on camera, but in person it shows up like it's a better quality. It's a thicker quality versus on the retail. It's a little bit more softer. But overall, the shoe is made, this pretty damn good. It's all good all the way around. Going from here, we're looking at we're just looking at the shoe. Look at it. Some of the stitching. The stitching on the UA isn't as fine as it is on the retail. Look at the retail. the retail is kind of more cleaner overall. The whole overall presentation of the shoe is cleaner. And if you look at the retail, it looks more rigid, not as fine, not taking as time. It's more look like it was made on what's the word I'm looking for? Made on a production line, opposed from being made, taking the time scanning and looking at each shoe one by one. You could tell that it was a little bit more of a rush process versus this looks like its time was taken. It was handmade almost like. So again, if you look at the UA, you look at the retail, the UA is a bit more defined again. If you look at it, it seems like it has more presence. It's like it's more there versus the UA, versus the retail. It's a little bit more, like it's fake, like it's there, but the presence isn't as sharp or as abrupt. But overall, if you look at the difference, you could tell that there's a difference in the tag. But I stress, and I always stress, unless you have these items to do comparisons side by side, when you let's say someone's trying to buy it from you or sell it to you, without any prior, any information, keep that in mind. Look at the accessories. So accessories are kind of giveaways where you could tell that, again, this is the UA, this is the retail. You could tell the difference. If it's too dark, like if you look at these lines are a bit darker, and you look at these lines, they're a little bit lighter. If they're too dark, that means it's something that you might want to walk away from, and overall, you're just trying to educate yourself and make sure you're being aware that you're getting what you're paying for. Insides of these shoes, the insoles, the left is retail again, the right is, left is UA, right is retail. And if you had to ask me, the left has a much better plush inside than this, but if you can't, it doesn't make out well in the camera, but the way the retail looks, it looks a lot better. It looks more plush. It gives more of a like a fine cotton or some type of fine material that is inside these the retail version. All right, so going from here, we're looking at the retail on the left, UA on the right, and it's kind of without being said, the UA kind of banged up on these. We got spray here. Maybe you want to look at the other pair that I got. Got a little spray here, got a little mark here. But overall, if you look past those things, they're pretty much spot on. The coloring, I think, is a hint darker on the UA. But again, if we're looking at purchasing purposes versus foot purchases, I'm happy with the way it is if I'm, just buying it for myself. But then again, you're keeping this information to yourself, so you be aware, what people might try to sell you if you're you think you're getting a retail thing. Yeah, so now we're going to look at the boxes. I'm not sure if you guys noticed from the beginning of the tape, the box on the left is retail, the box on the right is UA. Just looking out for real people kind of tell you the difference. Look at the 11. Look at the UA. The text is different. Again, it's much defined, like it's trying to, not trying to put a wool over you. And then obviously the retail sticker is in there. Like it was on the UA, the retail. So overall, you look at that, and then the sizing is different. Granted, this is an 8.5 box versus an 11, but it shouldn't be that drastic difference. You get what I mean? It's almost like almost 2 inches took it off of the box, and that's not because it's unevenly placed. It's literally side by side, and still. Then from here. Other than that, I would say the boxes, it looks good overall. Both of them have the writing in it. you know, has a more air, detailed messages and that, blah, 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 blah. The paper is a bit different. It's, you know, this is black all the way around. This is black pretty much all the way around versus this is kind of ashy. This is the side that it's supposed to be, and this is the side. Looking at it, this is the same. This is how this paper is backwards. This is the front, and that's the retail version. That's how it's supposed to look versus on the UA. It's not as present. You know, it's almost faded. So again, this is just, you know, something that you guys can be aware of. Again, I know people were requesting this and had interest in these shoes and wanted to know while I do a comparison. So I'm finally being able to pick up a pair of retail, and I was able to get a pair of UA from Jack to be able to do a better, give you more information about it. But overall, you know, if you want 100% perfect, you got two options. Buy retail, save up your little money, buy retail, or wait it out a little bit longer until, you know, the UA's dealers get some of these smaller details taken care of. Or if you don't really care about that, you just want close to retail, close to perfect, you can pick them up now from a few different sellers, and preferably my man Jack. But if you guys have any questions, concerns, please feel free to hit me up. It's your boy Solette. I'm out. Peace.